Hey, gang, it's about 5 a.m. on Friday, a little before I'm going to head over to the radio station. And I just want to talk about the Super Bowl for a minute. And I have not thought at all about what I'm going to say here. So I'm just going to wing it. First, I love the Super Bowl. I can't remember the last time I missed one. I've probably seen every Super Bowl since I was a kid, and that's not going to change. Every once in a while, we get a game with teams we don't care about, and I definitely don't care about these teams to the extent that I care at all. I do enjoy rooting against the New England Patriots, and I'm still more than a little upset about the Broncos losing that game to the Patriots, the AFC Championship, where the Patriots' only touchdown came when they started on their own 12-yard line or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to watch the game. It'll be fun. I'm making a lot of small bets as usual and betting on Seattle. I don't understand why the line is only 4.5. Normally, when I don't understand a line, I find that when it feels like they're trying to fool you into betting one way or trying to get you to bet one way, I often find it makes sense to bet the other way. I feel like they're trying to get us to bet on Seattle, which makes me think the right bet is on New England, but I'm not doing it. I'm betting on Seattle, and we'll see how it goes. I'm enjoying the Bet 365 platform. No, they're not advertising with me, but if you're watching, maybe you should. But I'm enjoying the super boosts that Bet 365 is putting up for the Super Bowl. I've been doing those every day, so we'll see how that works out. Anyway, I'm looking forward to a fun game. I do think Seattle's a more complete team, and I don't understand why the line's only 4.5, but we'll see. Now, how about the halftime show? There's all this controversy about Bad Bunny. He gave a very kind of mellow press conference yesterday out there in San Francisco or San Jose or Santa Clara, wherever they're doing those events. And he talked about his gratitude for being involved in this. And he talked about just wanting people to have fun and dance and all that kind of thing. And I've listened to just a little bit of his music a couple days ago. I went online and listened to some, and it's pretty good. I don't speak Spanish, but it's pretty good. I think it'll be entertaining. I think it'll be a great show. I know Turning Point USA has their alternative kind of all American halftime show or whatever they're calling it with Kid Rock and some country music stars. I don't care much about Super Bowl halftime shows anyway. If it's a classic rock band that I love, I'll watch it. If it's something else, I'll usually watch maybe 2 minutes of it just to get a sense of what it's about, and then I'll go do other things. I'll clean up, I'll wash some dishes, I'll take the dog outside, whatever I'm going to do. I'm not really much of a halftime show guy, but it's worth noting that for several years in a row, at least, more people in total have watched the halftime show than just watching the game. Obviously, that includes pretty much everyone who's watching the game. They just leave their TV on, so they still get counted as watching the halftime show, but some other people show up just for the show. And I think that's going to happen again bigly when it comes to Bad Bunny. He's been so controversial, or at least so much controversy has been made about him. I don't know. He's been a little bit controversial with some of the stuff he said at the Grammys, which wasn't very different from what a lot of other people said at the Grammys. The guy has something like 85 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He's just one of the biggest global music stars there is right now. And, I also see, white conservatives my age complaining about him, complaining about the NFL not knowing their audience, complaining about how Bad Bunny dresses sometimes like he might wear a dress or some other gender fluid clothing, even though I think he's, not trans or any of that stuff, but just being artistic. Look, I'm old enough to remember Boy George. That was good music. That was a lot of fun with Culture Club. What do I care how a musician dresses? I just want to know if the music's good, right? And so, but conservatives have made a lot out of, we're gonna go watch the Turning Point USA thing with the Kid Rock and all that. I'm not. I don't. I'm not against Kid Rock. His music's good. I like it. It's fine. I'm not much of a country music guy. They'll be doing a bunch of that. But I also think that the idea that somehow you're going to show a level of patriotism by going to watch Kid Rock instead of Bad Bunny, that's stupid. My music is not my source of my patriotism, other perhaps than when I stand at the beginning of a game and put my hand over my heart and sing the national anthem. Well, I don't sing it too loud because I'm a bad singer, but I sing it a little bit. And maybe that's the extent of my patriotism with music. Other than that, it's just music. So let's enjoy it. And again, I don't care whether you watch Bad Bunny or not. There's nothing in it for me. I'll probably check it out for a few minutes, see what it's about, so I can talk about it on the radio next week. And I probably won't tune in to the Turning Point USA thing, but who knows? Maybe I'll go do that for 2 minutes too, just so I can talk about it. But I don't really care. I don't really care about any of it, but except to the extent that it's a cultural phenomenon, and that in itself is interesting. Anyway, it's probably, I've gone on long enough. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoy the game. I can't really say that I'm rooting heavily for Seattle. I mean, I'm rooting for them, but only because I got money on them. Well, that's not true. I do enjoy rooting against the New England Patriots. So I guess I'll say, let's go Seahawks.